From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, July the 17th, 2024. Approximately 100 rockets were fired at northern Israel by terror group Hezbollah in Lebanon in 4 waves of barrages last night and into the early hours of this morning. A number of the rockets were successfully intercepted by the Iron Dome, but some did make impact, causing damage, and others landed in open areas, sparking fires. There were no injuries reported. The IDF responded, hitting targets of terror group Hezbollah in Lebanon. And as fighting continues between Israeli troops and terror group Hamas in Gaza, rockets were fired yesterday from Gaza at southern Israel. The IDF said today, last night, 3 launches were detected that crossed from the northern area of the Gaza Strip towards the Sderot area. No injuries were reported there. The IDF responded with the Air Force hitting terrorist targets in the area from which the launches were detected. The IDF Chief of Staff hosted the commander of CENTCOM, U.S. Central Command, in Israel today. General Michael Eric Kurilla met with Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi. The IDF saying the two discussed strategic security issues, regional cooperation, and expanding operational tools to tackle challenges in the Middle East and beyond, saying the IDF will continue to strengthen its relationship with the United States Armed Forces. Human Rights Watch, the organization that is frequently a harsh critic of Israel, released its report today on the October 7th massacre, saying Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups, notably not using the word terrorists, committed numerous war crimes and crimes against humanity against civilians during the assault. Crisis and Conflict Director Ida Sawyer said their research found that the Hamas-led assault was designed to kill civilians and take as many people as possible hostage. The report calls on governments with influence to press for the urgent release of civilian hostages, an ongoing war crime, and for those responsible to be brought to justice. NGO Monitor founder Professor Gerald Steinberg warned no one should be fooled by what he called a token report, issued, he said, 9 months too late and with no new information from Human Rights Watch, whom Steinberg writes has a 25-year history of demonizing Israel. U.S. Special Envoy to Monitor and Combat Anti-Semitism, Ambassador Deborah Lipstadt, is in Argentina this week, taking part in the Special Envoys and Coordinators Combating Anti-Semitism Forum, and to attend the 30th anniversary of the AMIA Jewish Community Center bombing in Buenos Aires, which is tomorrow, July the 18th. The events are being co-led by the World Jewish Congress, who said last night of Lipstadt's remarks at the forum, Ambassador Lipstadt was unapologetic in her call to confront anti-Semitism and remarked that especially since October the 7th, anti-Semites are using the geopolitical conflict between Israel and Hamas to justify the vilification of Jews. Lipstadt saying there is no but after anti-Semitism. Similarly, there is no but after the gender-based violence, the sexual attacks of October the 7th. There is no but. If you put a but after it, you are justifying it and engaging in anti-Semitism. Well, the opening ceremonies for the Paris Olympics are fast approaching, and the Olympic torch is making its way across the City of Lights. One of its carriers, a Holocaust survivor and champion weightlifter who dreamt of one day having this honor. 94-year-old Leon Lekovich, who survived Auschwitz-Birkenau and became a weightlifting champion in France, carried the Olympic flame on Monday in Paris across the Valdiv Children's Memorial Garden, a special tribute to the victims. CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, noted this was on the eve of the anniversary of the Valdiv Roundup, the mass arrest and detainment of Jewish families by French police at the behest of the Nazis that took place in Paris July the 16th and 17th of 1942. Those families were then deported to the concentration camps. Greenblatt saying the Olympic torch is not only a symbol of peace and unity, but of remembrance. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, July the 17th. At 7 o'clock, Arab peace activist and supporter of Israel, Loay Alshareef from the United Arab Emirates, joins David Harris in conversation about Israel and its relationship to the Arab countries in the Middle East. At 7:30, Shahar Azani sits with the leaders of the disaster relief agency NATAN to discuss Israeli resilience, the role of Israeli civil society on October the 7th, and more. At 8 o'clock, Robert Siegel leads a panel on leadership and aging. At 9, Robin Kanarek is on L'chaim. At 10:30, an encore of the news. And coming up next, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, July the 17th, 2024. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.